What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Torius back with another video, and today I'm asking the question: are all women liars? A lot of women lie, but are they really liars, right? So before we get into it, smash that like button, comment below what you think on the video, subscribe if you're new. Let's get into it. So first things first, right? Are women liars? Are they? They be lying a lot. Have you ever been lied to by a woman? Have they ever said like, oh, I don't know what I want to eat, but then get mad if you pick somewhere and they're like, oh, no, I don't want to eat there. Bitch, if you didn't want to eat there, then you knew you didn't want what you want to eat. You feel me? But why do let's get in the nitty gritty, right? Why do women lie? Like, what are women lying for, right? A woman lies because it's their position to lie, right? Women are basically like water, like they're wavy, they're like the wind, they're just like all over the place, right? Men are supposed to be like the earth. Men are strong, have a position, right? That's why values and integrity are so important as a man, because if you have values, then no matter what it is in the world that happens to you, you know where you stand, right? Like, let's say your value is you don't steal, right? You're just a person that does not steal. You know that's your value. So if someone comes and like says, hey bro, I have this new money making scheme, we're gonna be scamming people, right? You know your values are not to steal from anyone, so you're just gonna be like, nah bro, I don't do it. Someone's gonna be like, yo, let's go hit up this liquor store. You know that your value is not to steal. So no matter what form it comes in, like the principle is stealing, right? The value is stealing. Stealing can come in a lot of different ways. Like if you're stealing a little thing from the store, or you're even stealing energy, right? Stealing energy from other people, or just like stealing, like cheating codes or whatever, like hacking it or some shit, you know? Just like anything in general that has to do with stealing. Stealing comes in so many different forms, but you know that the intention of taking something from another person is wrong. That's your value. That's what you have to stand on as a man, right? So let's say your girl's like, oh, I don't want to eat there, I want to eat here. If you know you want to eat there, you're, no matter what she says, because the thing is, one thing I realized, right? When I was younger, because I was raised by women, so it's like, I was always taught that the woman is always right. Women are always like the ones that are, you know, whatever a woman says goes, right? And I would always hear women complain about, oh, he's so controlling, like he's such a controlling person, like he's always so controlling. And I always never liked niggas that would always be controlling, and it's like, oh, it's my way, right? And I always thought that was a really annoying trait, because women find it an annoying trait, right? But the thing is like, I'm not a woman, and women, they'll say that's an annoying trait, but they'll actually crave that controllingness, right? Because a controlling man is a man who knows what he wants, right? Is a man who gets it. Because every single nigga that I know is controlling gets a lot of girls. So is it really a coincidence? Like, I thought women hate controlling men, but then all the men that I know that are controlling all have a bunch of girls or a girlfriend or something, you know? So it's like, how did they get it? Because they're controlling, you feel me? Women need to be controlled. Like, I'm not like, obviously this is like a feminist society, so it's not politically correct to say that, but women crave structure, right? That's why women always give you attitude. Like, let's say that you go up to a girl, right? This actually happened to me today. Like, I went up to this girl and I was like, oh, you know, you're really pretty, let me get your Instagram. She's like, oh, I have a boyfriend. But I mean, she still gave it to me, but then she told me she had a boyfriend. And I could tell she don't really give a fuck about the nigga, right? Because if she gave a fuck about him, she wouldn't give me her Instagram. So, and I already know that girls use that excuse, like, oh, I have a boyfriend. Because the thing is they want to see if you, because a lot of times they don't have a boyfriend, right? They don't always have a boyfriend all the time. They'll just lie. They'll just say, oh, let me see, I have a boyfriend. They're basically like, let me decode the message for you, right? If a girl says, oh, I have a boyfriend, it's basically her saying like, oh, I have a barrier in front of me. What are you gonna do about it? I have a nigga who might beat you up or kill you or some shit. Are you still gonna persist? Are you still gonna try to get at me? Like, a lot of times that they don't want, like, because the thing is, you always gotta feel the vibe first. Anytime it comes with women, you always gotta feel the vibe. Because if they don't want to talk to you, they're not gonna give you the opportunity to talk or continue talking, right? Some of them play hard to get, but most of the time, if she's not feeling it, she's not feeling it, and she's gonna make it very known. Because I know how that feeling is when it's like, when someone that you really don't want to be around is talking to you or like around you, there's nothing that person can do to change your mind, because the vibes is not there. So don't try to force it, right? But if you know, because a lot of times you'll just like, if it's too easy, if it's just too easy, but then she still gives you that, because that's what happened earlier. It's like, because all right, the girl was talking to me, and then I was like, all right, it's on go. Shit, I already could touch it like me, right? So I was like, all right, I was on go. But then I started talking to her, and then she just went completely dead. And I was like, all right, bet. It's non-go. So I just cut it off, right? I just stopped. But then, you know, I was like, oh, maybe she didn't like me. Maybe she was just being flirty. Or maybe she was just being friendly or whatever. But then, you know, like, we go outside and I'm talking to her and shit. And she's like, oh, yeah, I have a boyfriend. And I was just like, oh, okay. I already knew she was with it. And so she, you know, she slid her contact or whatever. But the thing is like, because you got to feel the vibe first, you feel me? Because I already knew, because I could already feel that she was feeling it. But I'm not gonna, you know, let's go like overstay my welcome, you feel me? But it doesn't matter. Basically, women will say things because they want to test your security, your confidence, right? They want to test your confidence. They want to see if you're insecure. That's why women, they're so beautiful, right? Because the thing is, like, imagine a world, right, where women didn't wear makeup, and every woman, it was like a big old free-for-all. Like, this is what you look like. Niggas gotta choose, okay, who am I gonna pick? Like, who's the prettiest girl? Because the thing is, I mean, that's pretty much how it is now. Because makeup, if every single girl's wearing makeup, then it's like the same thing, right? But the thing is, it's like, imagine talking to a girl without makeup, right? It's like a little 10-foot fence. Like, it's a little easy, right? And you can, or like a 3-foot fence. You can climb that 3-foot fence. You can just jump over it. But when a girl wears makeup, it's basically like her building a 7-foot fence or a 10-foot fence, right? You gotta climb the motherfucker. And it's harder than climbing the 3-foot fence, right? You gotta climb over the 10 feet. You can probably do it, but it's harder. It's more intimidating. If you see a big fence, you're gonna think, how can I get over this fence? If you see a little 3-foot fence, you jump that, you know, just jump that bit, whatever. But if you see a 10-foot fence, it's a little harder. That's what women wear makeup for, because they want to be intimidating. Women want to appear intimidating, right? That's why it's scary to talk to girls, because girls want a nigga who's not scared to talk to them. Because I feel like talking to girls is like the easiest thing that we're in the world, right? Like, in the world, there's a lot of hard shit, a lot of obstacles in your life. That's why reading The Way of the Superior Man was like such a life-changing thing for me, because it made me realize that it's like, the world is hard, the world is rough, the world is tough, the world is, you know, full of obstacles. Men are just as horrible to other men as the world is to men, and women are to men, you feel me? So it's like, if you can't conquer women, then you can't conquer the world, right? And if you can conquer the world, you damn sure can conquer women, you feel me? Because that's what the world is. The world is unexpected. The world is, I mean, as long as you're on your shit, that's why it's important to have values, because the world is very turbulent. To be masculine means to just know who you are, to have that structure, to have those boundaries, to have that, to just know who you are and to always be who you are. But to be a feminine, to be female, is to just change with the wind, just be different all the time. So you have to be able to conquer and basically just be able to master the world. Once you master, like, the world and women are basically just like mirrors, right? If you can master one, then you can master the other one. So let's say, for example, right? Because I don't know, I just been waiting to say this because I've been like trying to segue how to like put these together, but whatever. Let's say like when girls say, oh, because this is like the biggest argument ever. Dudes are like, oh, we don't like fat girls, but you can change that. We don't like ugly girls, but you can change that. Like, we like girls with big tits, you can change that. We like girls with big ass, you can change that. You feel me? Oh, I don't like how you dress, you can change that. But the thing is, like, the things that girls want are intangible, right? Like, you can't change your height, and that's like the biggest thing for girls. Girls are like, oh, you're too short. I don't believe any nigga can be too short for a girl, right? I feel like that's a lie. I feel like as long as you have enough confidence, you can knock a bitch down, even if you're short as fuck, right? Girls be like, oh, because girls always like the hardest things. Because for girls, because like niggas be like, oh, they like men with money, because money is hard as fuck to get. Like, whoever says money is easy to get, it's because they're money getting niggas. There's niggas out here who are not money getting niggas. So girls always like the hardest things. Girls like things that, because the thing is, it's all like, oh yeah, the best one, oh, his dick little, right? Like, do you think girls really care about a nigga dick size? I feel like they don't. Because the thing is, you can have a little dick and be smashing hella bitches. Who gives a fuck? You feel me? But girls will say, oh, he has a little dick. Oh, little dick boys. Oh, you have a little, your dick probably little. Like, if that doesn't faze you, that's, as a man, that should be the number one thing that you should conquer. Like, I don't care how little your dick is, it does not. Like, this is a secret, right? I feel like like people shouldn't know this, but it does not matter how big your dick is. All that matters is how much confidence you have, how much security you have in yourself. As long as you're not insecure about it, then who gives a fuck, right? Because girls will say that because you cannot change your dick size, right? Just know that. It doesn't matter how big your fucking dick is. You cannot change that shit. So don't worry about it, right? It don't matter how fucking tall you are. Don't worry about it. Just be okay with it, right? Just be good. Okay, I got a little dick. All right, I'm good. I'm chilling. I can still smash a bunch of bitches. Because as long as you have a dick, you can smash a bunch of bitches. I don't give a fuck if they laugh at you. If you're fucking like 20 girls, 30 girls, who gives a fuck if a girl's laughing at you for having a little dick? You're fucking 30 girls. Who gives a fuck, right? Don't let that shit stop you. If anything, bro, if you go up to a girl, if you have a little ass dick, just tell it like, oh, hey, oh, by the way, I got a little dick. You know, just laugh it off. Just be like, oh yeah, my dick little, you know, a little Vienna sausage, but you know, like, who don't like Vienna sausage? You feel me? Like, just hit her with some dumb shit like that, and then she'll be like, oh, he don't care. And especially even if you don't got a little dick, like, she'll be expecting like, oh, he probably got a little dick. And I mean, if you got a bigger dick than a Vienna sausage, she'll be like, oh, you know, because that's the number one rule in business, right? The number one rule in business is exceed expectations. Promise small, but deliver great, right? Like, so if you have shipping, if it says, oh, and ships in 10 to 11 days, and you ship it in 2 days, they're gonna be like, oh wow, I got it a lot faster than I expected. So just do that shit. Exceed expectations. So if you got a little dick, just go, oh yeah, I got a little Vienna sausage, and pull out your fucking Oscar Mayer wiener. You feel me? You feel me? So don't give a fuck about what girls say. I stopped giving a fuck what girls say. The only thing you should be listening to that a girl says is no. So you don't rape a bitch. If you're about to have sex with a girl and she says no, I don't give a fuck. Just don't even. I mean, if you know that she's just whatever, but that's the only thing that you should ever listen to a girl about. Anything else, girl, you know, girls know what they're doing. People say girls don't know what they want. Girls know what the fuck they want. They're just lying. They're not lying, but they know what the fuck they want. They know what's going on. So just listen to them when they say no. But then other than that, all bets are off the table, because they're just testing your masculinity, basically. Like, testing your masculinity is basically just saying, like, how much barriers do I have to put in front of you in order for you to get through? Because that's what we're doing when we have sex with girls, right? We penetrate. Penetration, we don't just insert, right? That's not what like, you know, that's not the scientific term for it. It's not just insert, because yeah, you insert, but you're not just inserting your dick. You're penetrating. You're infiltrating. You're going beyond the borders. You're going in no man's land, in unseen territory, in unknown territory. You feel me? You're forcing. You're not forcing it, right? I don't want to sound, but you're just like, you're penetrating. You feel me? You got it. It's you have a goal, and no matter what it is, you get to that goal. It's so funny because when you think about it, it's so crazy that it's like, this is like, it's so demonized for us to be men now. Like, yeah, rape is horrible. Like, don't ever rape a girl. But it's just funny to think that, like, that's what it is. Like, because love, like, all right, sex is love, right? Without love, then it's, you know, you're forcing yourself on the girl. But when you do it, because when you do it with love, then you're penetrating her boundaries. You're unshelling her and letting her surrender to you, to her orgasm, right? Because girls, they don't want to surrender to their orgasm. That's why it's always tough for dudes, and the dudes always be like, oh, did you come yet? And the dude comes, because dudes are more feminine than women nowadays, right? So women, like, dudes, they surrender to their orgasm, and that doesn't make you a man. What makes you a man is knowing that you want to orgasm, knowing, because it's literally what life is, right? Life is literally that. Because there's so many, like, distractions, like drugs, women, food, pleasure, right? It's like, you want that pleasure. Like, the pleasure feels so fucking good. It's so easy to just, you know, you can just be concentrated as much as you can, as you want on a girl, but then you just bust, right? Because you're like, oh fuck, it feels too good. So that's how it is, and then you failed, right? You failed the mission. That's how life is. It's like, you have work. You have work to do. You have a life mission, but then, oh, let me eat this big ass meal. Let me smoke some weed. Let me do some coke, or let me chill with this girl. And you're choosing the pleasure over your responsibility, what you have to get done, right? You have to choose what you have to get done first, which is giving the woman the orgasm. And then once, I mean, you don't even need to nut, honestly, because the best sex I've ever had, honestly, I didn't even nut. Like, I was just like, oh, let me smash this girl, and I'm not even gonna nut. And that was the best sex I ever had. And then she kept calling me. But that's basically what it is, right? Like, you just have that goal. The goal is, let her surrender to the orgasm. And then once you get that goal, then you're good. Do whatever you want. So, with that being said, are women liars? They're not liars. They are just testing. I mean, because it's okay for a woman to lie, right? Because women aren't judged by the same things. Like, for us, men are not supposed to lie. Men are supposed to always have integrity. Men are always supposed to be able to trust, like, because that's all confidence is, basically. It's just not lying. Confidence is literally not lying. Confide in yourself, right? Confide is to trust. Trust in yourself. So if you're trusting, you can't lie. Don't lie, right? You have to be able to tell the truth. So, yeah. So men, don't lie. Women, it's okay for them to lie. Their confidence don't really matter. That's why they always say women are insecure. It's okay. It don't matter. It's mostly dudes that's gonna watch this. If you're a dude, don't be insecure. It's okay for women to be, but not you. Yeah, with that being said, comment your thoughts in the video. If you have any questions for me to answer in another video, just comment below, or send me a DM on Instagram at Torius, and subscribe if you're new. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.